Hey YouTube, back for another video. I wanted to go over a few of my buck knives, my buck folders. They're more on the traditional style of folder, and I'm actually finding that I'm leaning more towards that style of an EDC type pocket knife. I still like, all knives, tactical knives, the tactical folders, whatever. But I seem to be more and more every day drawn to the more traditional style. I'm even liking the Uncle Henry's, the old timers, things like that. Even the old case knives, they just appeal to me. These two I just got within a few months. This is the Buck Canoe and this is the Buck Trapper. I'll pull all the blades out and show you as the video goes on. One thing I did notice over the years, this one is still stamped on the blade Buck USA. These two, however, were made in China. The reason that I went ahead and decided to get them, even at the price point they were, I believe I paid $20 for this one, I think $25 for this one. Don't quote me, it could have even been less. I mean, I got them and I was just really excited to have them. Even though these blades are made in China, they still have Buck's forever warranty, which is cool. That's the one thing that sold me on them. Granted, I don't think they're the same quality as the old Buck 110. This one, out of all the Buck folders, is probably my favorite. It's probably a lot of people's favorites. This is just a very, very good blade. Okay, so I'm using my cheat sheet here. I'm on Buck's actual website here. And the reason why I'm double checking, I was under the impression that I thought years ago they were made out of a carbon steel, which I think this one is a stainless. Yeah, the blade material on this is a 420 high carbon steel. It's, I believe over the years they've changed from 1095 to the 420. Somebody in the comments correct me if I'm wrong. My old Gen X brain kind of eludes me on this. Because I remember the older these blades got, the more patina there would be on the blade itself. I really think that these used to be made in a regular 1095 high carbon steel. However, the 420 high carbon steel that they're using, it's a stainless, obviously, but it's a stainless high carbon. It's still a really good steel, and this is right on the cusp of before they started sending these off to China to be made. So right around 2014, 2012, give or take, is when I got this one. And I've had it for a while. You can see the bolsters are definitely starting to patina, and that's part of what makes this blade so beautiful, is as you use it, your fingerprints and everything that you get on this blade will patina that brass and just make it beautiful. Even the wood scales on this knife are just fabulous. It's probably one of the best folding blades that I've got, to be perfectly honest. The Buck 389, it's a canoe style, double blade, little folder. This blade's different than a lot of them that I would have actually carried. I pull this out of my pocket and people are like, wow, you're carrying that? I'm like, absolutely. This is also, if you're going into a place, like for example, work. My job required me to open a lot of packages, boxes, whatever the case may be. And you pull this out, people aren't going to be as, I guess, scared, you could say, as they would if I pulled out my SOG Kiku or my Benchmade OTF knife. It's just, This is a more gentleman style carry knife, and seeing how all I ever do is really open packages, whatever the case may be, real lightweight work for a blade, there's nothing wrong with carrying these. You're not using them in a heavy survival situation where you might worry about the blade closing on your knuckles. These are just great everyday carry blades. This one is a desert ironwood scale, if I'm not mistaken. It definitely looks like it. It's the Buck 382. It's a 2-blade trapper. And again, as far as carrying this in my pocket, I'm not worried about any kind of trouble from anybody at work or whatever the case may be. You can easily explain away carrying one of these. It's especially with the way the world's getting today. So as far as the bolsters on these 2 blades, I don't think they're a full brass, because you can look at the difference. It's definitely a brass, and this one, as long as I've had it, they're still not really getting any patina on them. I think it's probably a tinted stainless steel or something. Time will tell. I want to see if these will tarnish just like my Buck 110 did. If they did, you talk about a gorgeous looking knife. I mean, even without it, it's still pretty. But the canoe style, the trapper style, these are 2 blades that I don't have any problem carrying with me. I mean, it's you get shit underneath your nails, you clean it out, open that package. I get home, I get a package, I can immediately just open it up. I mean, it's cool. So something I found interesting on Buck's site, they have a burl wood handle as one of the choices, which I'm guessing that's probably what's on the trapper. But the canoe has a burl wood and it has a wood grain. It doesn't have the choice for this particular handle. And I'm not really sure what that handle material is. I'm sure it's not bone. It could be what Old Timer uses, which the name escapes me, but that's most likely what that is. That's still a really nice looking handle. Yeah, so the trapper, it's definitely the burl wood. Earlier I thought that it might have been desert ironwood because it kind of looks like it with a little bit of the grain, but burl wood, yeah. So whatever this handle material is on the canoe, that might be something special that was for Walmart only. Who knows? I mean, I've seen that happen. As a matter of fact, I've long suspected that Buck would send their big box store contracts over to China to be made, and they would be assembled in the US so that they could still stamp the US stamp on the blades and the boxes and the packaging. I'm not sure though. It's just something that I'd long suspected. Now, since their sales are picking up, people are really starting to look into these types of blades. They probably just openly come out and say, yeah, these are made in China. But I don't know. What do you think? Let's open that up for conversation. That's a good topic. I want to hear what you have to say about that. One thing, let's not get political. I don't want to hear about politics or anything like that. Keep it nice. Keep it professional. I just want to hear your opinion on what you think these blades, if they were made in China previous to them stamping it on the boxes, or what your thoughts might be. All right, I'm going to get off here. I'll see you soon.